No matter who you are or where you're from, mental health is so vitally important.
You know, but for some, the stigma surrounding it keeps them suffering in the shadows. And even if they can get help, it comes with a list of obstacles.
Tonight, as part of our Two Americas series, we take you to a farm in rural Kansas to show you the America you know and the one you may not. Here's KSHB 41 News reporter Leslie Delaspore.
Meet Lowell Neitzel. His journey as a farmer began as a young boy, harvesting crops and operating combines just like this one. But his journey with mental health issues began as a young man and a fourth-generation farmer after the loss of his father.
I wasn't as close to him as I wanted to be at the end, but, you know, I was able to say goodbye to him, and it was a big deal to me. But after that, I realized there was something wrong. You know, my wife reached out to me and, you know, grabbed me one afternoon or one evening and said, hey, I think, you know, you're not really right now.
Dealing with the tragic loss, Lowell was reluctant to get help, and he says many farmers are, due to the stigma behind mental health in rural communities.
People love a good thrift store find.
The whole outfit. I'm about to purchase this belt, and it's $6. Fits just right.
So this jacket, the pants you're wearing, the shirt you're wearing, you bought all those here.
I bought all these here.
But there is a difference between coming for a special item.
It's a perfect fit.
And coming because it's your best or only option.
There's really nothing else in the inner city that's real close. And plus, it's on the bus line if you don't have a car.
There's no Kmart's or anything like that around.
Actually, there are no Kmart's left in Kansas or Missouri. But let's use Target and Walmart as an example instead. The closest Target to this neighborhood is 7 miles away in Mission. The closest Walmart, 5.5 miles away in Roland Park. But that's not typical if you live in other parts of town. Just look how many Target and Walmart Supercenter stores are available if you live in other sections of Kansas City.
Studies show young people who identify as lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, or queer are 120% more likely to experience houselessness than their non-LGBTQ peers.
Now, in this Two Americas report, we have an inside look at a new resource in the Kansas City area for those who have been left behind.
There's a lot of people here that I consider family.
For TJ George, Lion House is home. A place they've been searching for a long time.
I've been in like 3 transitional living programs before. I didn't have like a sense of family like I do here.
George identifies as gender fluid, which has made their journey to find stable housing even more challenging. It's a story that's all too common in the LGBTQ community.
We still have service providers that will screen out folks based on how they identify. We decided to stop fighting other service providers and provide our own space.
So a lot of people don't know that it is legal to pay a person with a developmental difference, such as autism, less than minimum wage.
Section 14C of the Fair Labor Act is a federal mandate. And despite making less money, a 2016 report by JAMA Pediatrics showed lifetime costs for people on the spectrum with intellectual disability is $1 million more than people on the spectrum without intellectual disability.
Is it funding? Is it creating new laws? Is it changing company culture? All of the above, but at its core, it's acceptance.
From a lack of resources to a lack of awareness, we've listened to several people in the Black community discuss the barriers to mental health. When 2 women in Kansas City saw the need, they decided to fill the gap. And the best part is their services are absolutely free.
I couldn't keep up.
Brittany Talley, a licensed counselor, said the increase of clients began in 2020.
A lot of it stemmed from George Floyd, right, and all of the protests and all of the people like begging for acknowledgement and begging for validation that came out of that summer. And so by the fall, I think people were tired, right, and they realized, oh, I need someone to talk to, and I'd really like for that person to look like me.
Someone who truly understands what it feels like to be in their situation.
I reached out to Meg Chakrabarty, who's a social worker in our area, and I said, hey, do you have any resources for how we can get more people of color to therapists of color? Because those are the requests that I was getting.
Their first question:
is there the need that we think that there is?
And they found
there's an overwhelming need.